Hi everyone, excuse the messy setup, but I just filmed a few videos for these letter boards. According to my schedule, you guys will not see any of these till like April. And again, it's February 10th. So that's the cool thing about content creation is like what I'm doing today, y'all are gonna see like months from now. Hey guys, it is Future Alexis. Mind you, today is February 25th, 2025. I literally filmed the majority of this in 2023. Right. So I had so much footage, behind the scenes stuff. And if you guys have been following me for a while or just want to be nosy, go to the very beginning of this YouTube page. You'll see that I had a lot of behind the scenes stuff, like filming me making my bracelets, filming me doing behind the scenes stuff. I still just didn't like get how I wanted to show myself on camera and how I wanted to do content creation. So I'm literally baby Alexis, awkward, chatting, didn't know what to say. And it's so funny to see how I was at the beginning of 2023 versus the very end, because my energy levels are so different. But it's so funny that last part, I'm like, oh, you guys will see it's like months from now. It's 2 years later. It's 2 years later. Right. But I still wanted to show this because obviously I did make this content. If you guys want to see just kind of like a look behind the scenes and this is how I was years ago, great. So I'm gonna kind of narrate it, so it's not gonna be like a vlog type of vibe, but we're gonna reflect on the past, right? So for this first part right here, this is like right before I launched my products, and like mind you, yesterday, girl, it's a bird out my window. Yesterday was like the 2-year anniversary of this launch, so this is like really like meta for me. So I'm just walking you guys through how I just got this letter board, and literally I was so excited. Like mind you, I never use this letter board to this day. I need to like literally use my stuff that I bought for the market and just and then I have this like whole montage of me like cutting it up, because like girl, but let's watch it. Right. And then for this next part, I was just showing you guys behind the scenes of how I went about my inventory, how I went about planning. The way I used to do my inventory was so cluttered. I literally used to sit here and just like document every single thing, but it was like so complicated to the point where it's just like, but now I just very simply say like macrame bracelets times 20. I need this many cards. I need this, like literally that's it. But this before, I had everything, and it was a hot mess. And it's so funny to look at this because it's like you live, you learn. And I feel like everything just always felt cluttered all the time. And I feel like it just created the space where it just didn't feel as natural to just work, if that makes sense. And then for this next little scene, I want this cool little montage, and like looking at the videography of it, it's like you can tell that I'm just like holding my camera and I'm just like struggling to find the angle. But one thing I will say is that if you are starting your content creation journey and you look at stuff like this, do not feel discouraged. I mean, things will kind of look raggedy, but it's like as long as you're working and you're being intentional about your content, it's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. This right here, I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not something I'll put out today. But it's like I know my angles, I know my blah, blah, but it's like you have to like build to that point. But then I also have a lot of these pictures, so many pictures I've taken over the years, and it's like I just don't post them, but I always have behind the scenes because I always want something to look back on. These are definitely those humble beginnings that your future self will appreciate. Even where I am today, I've been doing this for almost 6 years, but I will still look back and be like, wow, I've grown so much in just 2 years. I've grown so much in a year, like, and for this next part, again, just not even knowing how I want to show my stuff, but kind of starting to have that foundation of how I like to make my products, do my product packaging. I always do these hand cut cards, and I still do that to this day. These hand cut cards for my small business. Maybe one day I'll stop and just order them like that, but as of right now, this has been working for me. I love doing it like this. Quality control is everything for me. And then around this time, I started to post shorts, and I started to notice like, oh wow. And I started to really get views, but it was kind of inconsistent growth because it jumped me and then it stopped because I just like stopped posting. But it gave me kind of like some data to figure out, oh, this is what happens when you post shorts or use certain keywords. It'll push you out into the algorithm. And then there's this other thing I filmed at the time. I think I did this on my iPad, whatever. But if you guys don't know, I am a Canva girl. down. Canva sponsor me, hello. But I was showing you guys how I make my posts, how I make my little cards, my little banners and stuff like that. And I would say you do not have to be a graphic designer to have good graphics. You can quite literally just have an idea, put it together, start off with a template, use different elements that are on Canva. At this point, I didn't even have Pro, so this is just purely my pictures plus free elements. Just be very creative, be inspired by stuff you see on like Pinterest, other small businesses that work. And then for my cards, I keep the same idea with them. Each of my like small cards is like business card size, and then my big cards is like a 6x4. Always think about how you're going to package it, because I put everything in packaging slips, so I need the size to match up with the packaging slip size, if that makes sense. Then I also made these little cards. I wasn't sure how I wanted to seal up my boxes for like my terracotta pots and stuff like that, but that's still a work in progress. I'm going to show you guys all of this, and just understand that you don't have to be a professional. I literally go on Canva, make my little stuff up. I do my thumbnails on Canva too, and then I will literally add all these to have Apple, so I use Pages, but if you have like Microsoft Word, put it on Microsoft Word. And then I was showing you guys my website at the time, which this is a gag. I think this website was very, very nice. I love the black, but obviously like my logo has changed, everything's changed, and I feel like looking at how it looked then and then looking at how it looks now, very big difference. And then towards the beginning of the year, this is like at the very, very beginning of 2023, before all this other footage, I literally was doing like this haul. You guys know I love to do like unboxing videos at the time. That was one of the only bits of content that like really fueled me. But it's like, I think those are good for like a TikTok type of vibe, like something that's very quick, overstimulating, but just long term. I did. Can y'all hear George in the back? Yeah. He's bullying my brother. Let me take that part out. But yeah, I love to do these little unboxing videos. But again, look at the lighting, look at the camera. I literally was using my other Canon camera, which that's like a beginner level DSLR. So quite literally, it doesn't have like settings like that. And then I had awful lighting. Like, look at this. I tried to like edit the like footage a little bit, but it's just like, girl. So anyways, I'll end it by saying this. If you are at the beginning of your small business journey, or if you're starting like your social media, whatever, it's okay, girl. Your stuff is not going to be professional, but I think the biggest thing is that you show up regularly and that you're trying. And I wonder if my brother can see me looking at him at the window. I'm sorry, y'all, my brother's leaving. And I'm just like, I hope he doesn't see me in here film. Oh my God. Hey. But, you know, stuff like lighting, stuff like how you want to do your shots, how you like to record yourself, doing your stuff, like those things will come naturally, but you will not get there until you practice. And if you feel defeated or whatever, it's okay. This footage was like an hour and some change long, and I can assure you that this may end up being like a 15-minute video. If it's something that you don't love to film, I did not feel like sitting here and doing editing on every single part of this, because I'll be honest, for my current self, this is boring. But I feel like you can take footage that you may not love. You could do something as simple as this. Talk us through it, girl. Wait. But if you guys are wondering where you want to start, everybody has humble beginnings, and your website may be okay, your footage may be okay, your lighting may suck, what you're saying, you may feel awkward, but you never know where you can be a month from now, or 6 months from now, or a year from now. But you will never grow until you put yourself in that position to do so. So if you're wondering how things will work, just understand that it takes patience. I mean, I was 21, even though I literally look like a baby, but I was literally a baby just trying to figure things out. Hi everyone, this is Alexis, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a very spontaneous build me video. Do I look crusty? Yes. It's literally nighttime, and I was like, instead of sleeping, let me just go ahead and do this. Even though I'd already had a business for a few years, I feel like it was a lot that I still just didn't get. And even now, there are some things I just don't get, or I don't feel as confident with, and that's just the God honest truth. But again, don't give up on your dreams. So if you're stuck, feeling like, oh my gosh, my content sucks, I don't know what I'm gonna do, girl, it's not the end of the world. You will get there. And so my advice to you, keep going. If you're wondering if you should do YouTube, or if you're wondering if you should do like Instagram or TikTok, do it. I say don't post anything that your future self will regret, but be yourself. And if you're being yourself, and if you're actually working on your business, you have nothing but content. Don't make it complicated. Don't feel like you have to film something separate. Literally, like how I'm doing right now, I'm just talking to y'all and I'm just looking at this old footage. It's quite that simple, so don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. But I'll end it on that note. Thank you guys for watching this. This is a very interesting vlog. I don't know if this is gonna be a vlog, or I'm just gonna, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. With that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye.